EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the New York Jets and the Denver Broncos. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And some room to run now. Stiff-armed him. There he goes, right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. They said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. On play action, Wentz. That's out to the flat for Gordon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
The tackle by Eric Armstead. This defense for the Broncos, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap. Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coach was always saying, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Back near his goal line, Mariota. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, They broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
On third down, Mariota. And that is incomplete.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
And here comes Dortch on the return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Kyle Pitts, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On 2nd and 7, Mariota. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a 1st down. The Broncos sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Mariota now to throw on 1st down. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They get the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
These two teams all tied after 1. Second and 5. Mariota now from the 50. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And the Jets are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. Going deep here for Watkins. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Broncos are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They go play action. Mariota. And he just throws this one away. That was a bit strange, and here comes the flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Now Mariota. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get him the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Jets will take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Wentz to throw. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the fourth down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. 98 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They'll try to throw now. Mariota. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And after the nice stiff arm, the next wave swarms in quickly for the stop. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Flushed out right. They'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30. Mariota now. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mariota, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And the Jets are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
And this is caught by Watkins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Wentz. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And with the dime left on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wentz going to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught by Watkins. He's got a Jets touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time. We'll see how they play this. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to go up top again. He's got a man complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 33. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz. This is Gordon on the down ball. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown. And this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball. So let's cut down the coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And boy, that sure turned out well for them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now Wentz to try again after the pick 6. He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, defensively, they had to let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Throwing his Wentz. Throw finding Thornton over the middle. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Here's the Jets punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard stripe. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Throwing on first is Wentz. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches as we just saw him do there because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
And some room to work. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 21. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Wentz now to throw. That's out to the flat for Gordon. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Throwing again on second down. Wentz to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
This offense so far on third down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Again, it's Wentz. He's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by David Long. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 126 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offense.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau, and he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly learn with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now Wentz. And he can't find the receiver, and he's brought down. Jason Pierre-Paul drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. Sly able to put this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, the bad news, they had the turnover last time. The good news, their defense only surrendered 3. So now we are set up for a great finish, all tied here in the 4th.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. McCaffrey running up the middle. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Christian McCaffrey, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Broncos strike quickly to take the lead here in the fourth. They do tack on the extra point as well. They will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
That's caught by Thornton. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. They'll get this down to the 38.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now Wentz. Being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
To throw is Wentz. He's got his man, Thornton. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Wentz to throw. And he's going to get this down near the 25. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Wentz. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Broncos are going to hang on the play, they get the turnover to seal this football game. And Charles, a heartbreaking way to lose this game. They got into position for that final play, had a decent look toward the end zone